Hi Banglings, it's Friday. I actually just filmed a video that I guess I'll end up putting up next week, but Tyler had asked me to talk about Halloween at college, so I'm gonna do that while it's still a little bit more relevant, and then I'll save the other thing, which is totally dateless, for next week. Halloween in college is kind of a big deal, although I think it depends on where you go to school. At state schools and partier schools, I think it's more of a big deal. And it also depends on what day of the week actual Halloween falls on. This year Halloween was on a Thursday, and that's pretty good for Halloween. Obviously it would be better if it were a Friday or Saturday, but Thursday, can't complain. The school that I go to isn't particularly party oriented. Finding the parties is kind of a struggle, and they're usually off campus, so Halloween's not as big of a deal at my school as it is at other colleges. Thursday night, my friends and I went to the baseball house. At my school, most of the places that throw parties are houses off campus that belong to, or I guess are rented by, members of the same sports team. So there's the baseball house, the wrestling house, the football house. There's a Quidditch house. They are mostly the ones who throw parties, although people who just have houses off campus throw parties also that aren't affiliated with a sports team. Every week, baseball house holds Thirsty Thursday. Because Halloween was on a Thursday, that was the place that people knew where to go. The problem was nobody else was really having anything on Thursday. Everybody was going to the baseball house, and that meant that it was guaranteed to get shut down rather quickly. I dressed up as a cat, which is the least original thing you can do on Halloween as a girl. The good thing about being a cat is that you can wear as much or as little clothing as you would like to. Some girls take it and don't wear a lot of clothing, but other people like me, I was wearing leggings and boots, and I wore this thrifted cat sweater that I got at home. So that was pretty great because I was warm and I was cute. We invited some friends over to my friend's dorm afterwards, and we all hung out until like 2 in the morning. I didn't have class until 1 the next day, but some of them had 9 a.m., so I did not envy them. Friday night, my main group of friends wanted to stay in, but I wanted to go out. I dressed as Rosie the Riveter, which actually was a pretty popular costume this year. Another girl in our group was Rosie, and I saw a bunch of other Rosies out there. We were lucky in that it was not very cold this year. In the past, it has snowed on Halloween. We went to the softball house, which is on the same street as the baseball house. I don't know if they planned it that way, but anyway, we went to the softball house. It was okay. I played beer pong. I don't drink, but we played beer pong, and I won, no big deal. The guys we were playing against were such jerks, so I was so happy that we won. And then at one point, this guy came downstairs and just yelled like, "Hey, listen up, get out!" And so they like kicked us all out at like 11:30. I got this guy's number, he put it in my phone as the Gatsby, and I was like, all right. Came back to my other friend's dorm, and we just kind of hung out. I feel weird saying this on the internet, but whatever, we're about honesty here. I ended up hooking up with some guy who I met that evening, and he lives in my building. He's a nice guy. When the weekend starts on Thursday, your weekend feels so long. By Saturday, it just feels like, oh my god, I have been doing so much for so long. It's really exhausting. Texted the guy who put his number in my phone as the Gatsby, and I was like, hey, what are you and your friends doing right now? Like, let's hang out. That was fun. That was sort of just a chill evening. We ended up playing guitar on the balcony at 2 in the morning, and it was so cold. Don't start your weekends on Thursdays because it just makes you exhausted by Saturday. Yeah, there you have it, Tyler. That's what Halloween is like in college. It's kind of messy, but it's also really fun. I'm not a big Halloween person, but I had a great weekend. I'll see you next week. Zach, I'll see you tomorrow.